Hey everyone, welcome to this explainer. You know we all love bringing a touch of nature indoors, right? It brightens the place up, boosts our mood, and even helps clean the air. But what if that lush greenery sitting on your coffee table or your windowsill is secretly harboring microscopic defense mechanisms? What if it's actually putting your family at risk? Today, we're unpacking the hidden dangers lurking in some of our favorite aesthetic houseplants. And of course, we'll explore some perfectly safe alternatives. Okay, we really need to start with this terrifying reality. Imagine being a grandfather and suddenly you have to urgently pull a ZZ plant leaf out of your 15-month-old grandson's mouth. The poor kid just reached out and took a bite while playing. His reaction? Absolutely immediate and severe. Out of pure desperation and confusion, the child's father actually tasted a tiny piece of the leaf himself to see what was happening. He reported a sharp, piercing pain. He said it felt exactly like swallowing battery acid. They had to rush the kids straight to the hospital. And look, this isn't some rare, isolated horror story. It's a super common risk when we bring popular plants indoors without fully understanding what makes them tick.
So here's our game plan for today. First, we'll look at the hidden dangers at home. Second, 7 common toxic plants. Third, identifying toxic plant characteristics. Fourth, safe alternative houseplants. And finally, creating a safe oasis.
Starting off with Section 1. Hidden dangers at home. The microscopic threats in our living rooms. Think about it. Plants literally can't run away from predators, right? So they've evolved these hidden chemical arsenals to protect themselves. The absolute crucial one we need to understand today is calcium oxalate. This compound is found in tons of popular plants, and it is insanely toxic. To give you an idea, scientists in Norway did laboratory tests, and just 1 milligram per milliliter instantly killed a shrimp. No joke. So when a curious toddler or a pet bites into a leaf packed with this stuff, they're getting hit with microscopic needle-like crystals. These crystals physically pierce the sensitive tissues of the mouth, throat, and tongue. It instantly triggers intense burning, massive swelling, and can literally block their airway. It's a mechanical defense mechanism that acts like millions of microscopic glass shards. Moving to Section 2. 7 common toxic plants. Beautiful but dangerous greenery. I want you to take a quick mental inventory of your floor or your low shelves right now as we run through these 7 incredibly common, very aesthetic plants that harbor severe toxins. We've got the ZZ plant, the dumb cane, the crown of thorns, the anthurium, lilies, oleander, and the hyacinth. Just think about any spot where a toddler could reach, or maybe where an agile cat could jump up. I guarantee you've seen almost all of these in offices, cafes, or probably sitting in your own living room right now. We love them because they're beautiful, but man, we really need to respect their chemistry.
Now, what's kind of wild here is that the top offenders on that list, the ZZ plant and dumb cane, are incredibly popular for feng shui and air purification. People buy them all the time, hoping to bring prosperity and clean air into their spaces. But that completely masks their hidden dangers. The stems and leaves of that ZZ plant, fully loaded with those dangerous calcium oxalate crystals we just talked about. And the dumb cane is even more heavily armed. It doesn't just have those crystals, it's also packing toxic compounds that aggressively attack the skin and mucous membranes.
And this story brilliantly illustrates just how immediate that danger is. The toxins in dumb cane, specifically arbutin and andrometoxin, cause instant burning, loss of voice, and even convulsions in small kids. Just recently, a mother sent out a warning detailing how her 4-year-old daughter came running to her crying in total agony, completely unable to speak. It wasn't until she calmed the poor girl down that she realized she had taken a tiny bite of their dumb cane plant. The toxins literally paralyzed the vocal cords temporarily. I mean, that is exactly how the plant earned the terrifying name dumb cane. Now, moving away from just the leaves, plants like the crown of thorns and 3-sided cacti defend themselves with a highly toxic milky latex sap. This stuff is serious. It requires immediate medical attention if it gets anywhere near the eyes. The crown of thorns is a super tough plant, right? People who forget to water their indoor gardens absolutely love it. But beneath that tough exterior and those cute little flowers, it's hiding a sap that acts as a severe chemical irritant. Get that milky sap on your skin and you're looking at severe blistering. If a pet or child touches a broken stem and then rubs their eye, that corneal damage can lead to temporary or, in severe cases, permanent blindness.
And keep in mind, it's not just about physical contact. Oleander is deadly toxic from root to flower. Even the heavy scent of hyacinths in a closed room can cause severe nausea and heart palpitations. Oleander is gorgeous, sure, but it contains oleandrin, That's a cardiac glycoside that triggers vomiting, heart arrhythmias, and straight-up organ failure. Seriously, even inhaling the smoke from burning oleander leaves is toxic. And those sweet-smelling hyacinths? Placing them in a closed bedroom can trigger major reactions for anyone with high blood pressure or heart conditions. The botanical world is incredibly powerful, and we really have to be intentional about what we invite into the spaces where we sleep.
All right, Section 3, identifying toxic plant characteristics, knowing exactly what to look for. Instead of just trying to memorize a massive list of botanical names, you can actually become your own safety inspector. Let's make this a practical routine. First, always wear protective gloves. Second, inspect broken stems for milky white sap. And third, be highly suspicious of bulb-based plants. Whenever you're pruning or repotting something new, get those gardening gloves on. If you accidentally snap a leaf and see a milky, sticky fluid seeping out, treat that plant with extreme caution. That is a massive red flag for toxicity. Also, many plants that grow from thick bulbs, like your lilies and hyacinths, actually concentrate their absolute worst toxins right down there in the base. Take a look at this breakdown. It maps out exactly how different parts of a plant pose specific threats. The threat completely varies by anatomy. The leaves and stalks, that's prime real estate for calcium oxalate, mouth burning and choking. The sap and resin, that's where you'll find the blistering milky latex. And in some plants, like the oleander, the entire plant is just a systemic hazard because of those cardiac glycosides. Honestly, keep this mental map handy the next time you visit the nursery. Section 4, Safe Alternative Houseplants. Lush greenery without the anxiety. The really good news here is that you don't have to sacrifice a beautiful home to keep your family safe. For example, if you absolutely love the lush, leafy, tropical look of the toxic dumb cane, just swap it out for the pet-safe Boston fern. The Boston fern is a total superstar. Not only does it cascade beautifully off a shelf, but it was specifically highlighted in NASA's Clean Air study for its incredible ability to safely filter out indoor pollutants. It loves a bit of moisture, thrives in indirect light, and it is the perfect, totally harmless addition to your living room. Or hey, if you want a plant for prosperity, trade out that dangerous ZZ plant for the adorable, completely safe Chinese money plant. Also known as a pila, this plant has these incredibly charming coin-shaped leaves that look absolutely fantastic in modern decor. It's super easy to care for, needs very little maintenance, and most importantly, if your cat decides to take a sneaky nibble, you are not going to end up in the emergency vet clinic at 2 a.m. So here is a rapid-fire list of other completely safe, visually striking options you can bring home today. We've got the spider plant, which is wonderfully easy to propagate and totally non-toxic. The zebra plants, offering some incredible visual texture. The cast iron plant, which totally lives up to its name, by the way. It is nearly indestructible, thrives in low light, and has zero toxic defenses. And if you're craving some flowers, moth orchids and those beautifully soft African violets offer stunning colors without any of the scary chemical risks of lilies or oleanders. Section 5, Creating a Safe Oasis. Final precautions for home plant lovers. Now, as a final precaution, we do need to talk about moderation. While these safe alternatives won't cause severe poisoning, animals eating large amounts of literally any leafy green can still suffer from an upset stomach. So placement still totally matters. Just because a spider plant won't send your cat to the hospital doesn't mean you want them grazing on it like it's a salad bar all afternoon. It can still cause mild vomiting or a tummy ache just from all the extra roughage. So elevate your plants, use hanging baskets, and try to train those pets to stick to their actual food. So with all this new knowledge in hand, I want you to take a walk through your home right now and ask yourself, what hidden dangers are currently blooming in your living room? Are your beautiful plants secretly putting your family at risk? Check those labels, inspect those stems, and seriously, don't hesitate to swap out a risky feng shui plant for a vibrant, safe alternative like that Boston fern or Chinese money plant. Your home should be a place of total relaxation, right? Not a botanical minefield. Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer, and happy safe planting.